It's September 21st, and I'm Bailey Gardner.
And I'm Jacob Latimer.
Here with this year's second episode of the CCN. Today we'll go in depth on the culinary pathway, talk to our choir and band directors, talk to some students with sock game, and hit the highlights of our recent pep rally. Also coming up, the first installment of The Dankery with Ava Heron and Kirsten Moore for entertainment news, and some spicy memes along with a sports update brought to us by Isaac Thatcher. On top of that, Jacob Latimer and I will tell you everything else you need to know, from world news to important school announcements. It's time for the CCN.
What college did you go to?
University of Kentucky.
What influenced you to become a band director?
I had a really great band teacher growing up, and he was the most motivational and charismatic person I've ever met. And he just influenced me to pursue the same route. I felt like I had a home in band, and I wanted to pass that knowledge along to some other people.
What influenced you to come to Henderson?
Henderson has a really great history of bands. Back in the 90s, it was one of the groups that actually went to the Midwest Clinic, which is the most prestigious honor for a band, and it's just an awesome opportunity to be with so many students and supportive community administration, and it's just a fantastic place to be.
And lastly, can you tell us about this year's marching band show?
The theme is a phoenix. It's titled From the Ashes. We kind of threw it together pretty quickly, but our very own Erin Onan is our phoenix, and she goes through a transformation, and the whole band is supposed to just mirror that transformation.
Thank you.
Thank you.
What college did you go to?
I went to Kentucky Wesleyan in Owensboro for undergrad, and then I went to Westminster Choir College in Princeton, New Jersey for my master's.
What influenced you to become a choir director?
It's always kind of what I wanted to do, but I didn't know if I could do it because a lot of people tell you that there's no jobs in music, you know, and so, that's always was my dream job. That's what I always wanted to do.
What influenced you to come back to Henderson?
I went here. And so whenever I pictured myself being a music teacher, this was the school that I pictured myself teaching in, and I never knew that it'd be my first job. But I'm so thankful. I'm having so much fun, and that's why I came to Henderson.
Do you have any memories from graduating high school?
So I thought about this. I got the questions yesterday and I thought about it. There was one last day of school, I think it was my sophomore year, that I had Mr. Carter for economics, and I think my friends and I taped everything to his desk, and we drew a sign that said, "Mr. Carter, this is you," and it was like a stick figure that looked really ugly. And so, Mr. Carter, I'm sorry if you're watching this.
And lastly, what do you enjoy about being a choir teacher?
Honestly, just getting to talk to high schoolers all day. And especially seeing their faces while I'm conducting them, just seeing the joy that music brings to their lives. It's amazing to see 30 smiling faces looking back at you that you know that they're having the time of their life. So that's my favorite part of my job.
Thank you.
In neighborhoods throughout Houston, residents are working together to help each other pick up the pieces after Harvey's winds and rain devastated parts of the city. Thousands of families are beginning to pull everything out of their flooded homes and moving all of the destroyed, rotting items on the curb for pickup. Debris lines the curbs of all streets in Houston. The area is pretty much deserted at night and in the early morning. As residents adjust to their post-Harvey lives, it's also the new norm for people to be living part-time at a home or in a hotel or shelter. A frustrating arrangement that will go on for months to continue as FEMA and the Army National Guard are stretched everywhere in Texas and Florida. Last week on Tuesday, Apple held their annual fall press conference at their newly unveiled headquarters in Cupertino, California, Apple Park. The event was held in the new Steve Jobs Theater located on campus at the new HQ. At the event, they announced the highly anticipated new iPhone 8 along with the iPhone 10 in honor of the 10-year anniversary of Apple's creation, with features such as wireless charging, something Android phones have done for several years, a dual-lens camera, and an all-glass front and back, so try not to drop it. Other products announced include the Apple Watch Series 3 and the 4K Apple TV. The one everyone's talking about, though, the iPhone 10, becomes available for pre-order October 27th with a hefty price tag at $999 for the 64GB model and $1,150 for the 256GB model. A price like that may be worth paying for some people, though, since it's expected to have 2 hours more battery life than the iPhone 7. In total, 4 new Apple products were announced at this year's event. Also, a follow-up on last week's North Korea story. North Korea launched another missile over Japan last week, the second within the last month. This launch is assumed to have been a message to the U.S., flying the same distance as North Korea to Guam, a U.S. territory. Citizens of Japan were warned to take cover after the missile was launched, although the missile landed on an island north of Japan, harming no one. This missile was the farthest ever launched by North Korea. Upcoming, we have a sports update with Isaac Thatcher.
Hey County, I'm Isaac Thatcher, and I'm going to talk to you about some sports. For this episode segment, I went around the school to talk to some more fall sports coaches to get an update on their season and how it's going. In national news this week, the Cleveland Indians had a record-breaking 22-game winning streak, well until Friday, when they lost against the Kansas City Royals in a 4-3 loss. Last week, Houston Texans rookie quarterback Deshaun Watson rushed for 5 times for 67 yards and 1 touchdown. He completed 62% of his passes to lead the Texans to a 13-9 victory over the Cincinnati Bengals. Now that the NFL is officially in its third week, here are some primetime games to watch. Tonight, the Los Angeles Rams take on the San Francisco 49ers. On Sunday, the Raiders go on against the Redskins. And then on Monday, the Arizona Cardinals take on America's team, the Dallas Cowboys. Hey, I'm Isaac, and I'm here for the Colonel Cast, and I'm here to interview Coach Dempsey about the girls' soccer season. So, Coach Dempsey, how's the season going?
We've had a really good season so far. We are currently number 21 in the state, and our record is 9-3-2. We've had a couple really tough games, and we've got a really tough road to end with, but really good season so far.
Well, that's good to hear. So is there anything else you want to talk about the season, or is that it?
We're excited for a postseason run. Hopefully everybody can make it out. We're hoping to get to host the first round of state here, so we'd love to see everybody out at our games.
I'm here with Coach Dowdy to talk about the football season. So, Coach Dowdy, how's the football season going?
It's going pretty well. We're doing some good things. We just have to do them more often. Our record right now doesn't kind of show how good we played. We played some really good football teams. We played the number 1 ranked team in Indiana in both 4A and 2A in Wrights and Gibson Southern. So played some really good football teams, but as a season, we've come along and we're playing a lot better.
So who's your next opponent for this week?
We've got Ohio County. It's our first district opponent. So it's a team that right now they're 5-0. They're playing some really good football, but we feel like we got a good shot against them this week.
Hello, I'm Isaac. I'm here with Coach Sprague to talk about cross country. Coach Sprague, so how's the season going?
Well, it's been a learning experience. I have 3 new runners. I have Jacob Perkins. I have Nick Clem, who's a junior, and my other freshman is Nick Hertigan. Jack Roush has gone to the state meet for me the last 2 years, and I don't see why he can't go a third year. And we can only run 13 meets in a season. We have a regional meet. It'll be at Marshall County the last Saturday in October, and then the first Saturday in November is a state meet.
Hello, I'm here with Miss Robinson, the coach of the volleyball team. So, Miss Robinson, how's the season going?
It's great. We are in a huge learning process because we have a lot of youth, all the way down to 8th grade to 12th grade, just because I have a lot of girls who are new to this fast-paced game and new playing positions and getting the opportunity to shine. So it's just a huge learning opportunity for, all the girls on the team.
So what is your record for this season?
Right now we are 10-4. We're down for the next week. We don't have any matches this week, but we do have a huge tournament this weekend. We're going down to Dunbar High School, and we're going to play, I think we're guaranteed 5. And then next week, also no matches during the week, but then we also go to Louisville. So that'll be a huge tournament down at Assumption High School, who's nationally ranked.
Now over to Ava and Kirsten for our first installment of the Dankery.
Good afternoon, and welcome to the Dankery.
For our first installment of the Dankery, we will be covering the best movie of 2007.
Fresh out of college, Barry the Bee finds the prospect of working with honey uninspiring. He flies outside of the hive for the first time and talks to a human, breaking a cardinal rule of his species. Barry finds that humans have been stealing and eating honey for centuries and realizes that his true calling is to obtain justice for his kind by suing humanity for theft.
This movie, this masterpiece is known as the Bee Movie.
Some of our most memorable quotes include,
"You like jazz?"
and "Why is yogurt night so difficult?"
The Bee Movie is a superb, family-friendly film about the importance of pollination, but instead it has become a valuable source for memes.
This movie had been released to draw attention to the bee's necessity in our environment. However, due to the poor writing and memery of the film, it fell far from its intended purpose.
Some don't see what all the buzz is about. Some look at the film and they don't say only, what in pollination?
Or others may look at the film and say,
wow.
In short, the movie, having been made to show the importance of pollination in our environment, took a very sharp turn and has only been made fun of.
What can you do? Back to those dudes.
Our first installment of Sock Game received a lot of great feedback, so we decided to do another installment featuring some Socky students who didn't want their sock game overlooked. Here's what our lead investigative reporter, Seth Watkins, found.
I got my socks on, I got my socks on, I got my heart, got socks on, I got my socks on, I got my socks on, I got my heart.
Hi, I'm Seth Watkins. I'm looking for Sock Game. Emily, do you have Sock Game?
I guess so. They're Christmas socks in September.
Wow. Do you guys have Sock Game?
We got Sock Game.
Wow. I'm looking for Sock Game. Do you have Sock Game?
Yes, I do.
Is that Las Vegas? Whoa. Jordan, do you have Sock Game?
For sure. Hold up, I'm not done yet.
Is that 4 socks? Whoa.
I got my socks on. I got my socks on. I got my heart. Got socks on. I got my socks on. I got my socks on. I got my.
Back to you guys in the studio.
This Friday after the football game, there will be a homecoming bonfire featuring 5 after 5. Make sure you're there. Thank you for tuning into this week's sweet episode of the CCN. Stay tuned after our sign off for info on how you can connect with us on Twitter, Instagram, and YouTube. As always, we'll be back next time letting you know what's going on in your world. Have a great day, County. I'm Jacob Latimer. And I'm Bailey Gardner, signing out.
Baby, take it home. New York City. Yeah, explosion.
Whoa. Wow. Whoa. Wow.
We're not professional enough to have lead in.
I hit the microphone in my mouth and
And don't forget, County, this Friday, our football team. Don't forget our football team.
I'll just stand in front of this.
You can't hit the camera. Yeah, it won't turn off.
No.
And don't forget, all right. And don't forget, County, this Friday, we have a home football game. Who are we facing?
Afternoon. I'm sorry, I went right past the microphone.
I'm not getting rid of the cow. The cow's going to sit right here.
Here's what our
I'm not going to have a girlfriend after this episode.
homecoming.
Ohio County?
A homecoming game followed by a bonfire. That's all I gotta say.
And don't forget, County, this Friday we have a football game followed by homecoming with featuring. And all right.
Type this one too?
No, and don't forget. Shh, just let me do it until I get it. Okay. And don't forget, County, this Friday we have a football game followed by the homecoming bonfire featuring 5 after 5.
Yeah, one more time without the freaking.
I'm gonna start crying.